Welcome back to another edition of Our City. A few things that are going to go around the city of Elizabeth this week. On Saturday, April 27th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the city of Elizabeth will host its 5th annual Autism Walk. This will be held in Jackson Park, located at 136 2nd Street. This event is sponsored by the city of Elizabeth, the Department of Health and Human Services, Councilman of the First Ward Carlos Torres, and the Elizabeth Parent Support Group. For more information, please call Ms. Andrea Topping at 908-820-4055. And if you need more information concerning this event or any other event, please call our Public Information Office at 908-820-4124. And I'm pleased to be joined on the show by our Recreation Director, talking about the things that have just happened and some upcoming things for the summer, the Recreation Department Director, Paul Addessa. Director, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor. It's been a while.
It's been a while?
Absolutely. June of last year was when I was on your last show.
And we didn't film here. We filmed at
No,
Kane.
it was at Kane, yes. Mm-hmm.
So a lot's been going on since we last saw you.
Well, back in June, of course, I was on the show. We talked about last summer and the activities that were going to happen. We had a great summer last year. It started off with our spectacular fireworks display down at the Elizabeth waterfront, where we received about over thousands of people that came by. And my opinion, I think it's the most spectacular in Union County, if not the state of New Jersey, when you're talking about municipal fireworks. So that was the start of our summer. Then we went into our day camps. We have 5 day camps that were pretty much filled up for the entire summer. Our playgrounds were very active. Our pool and spray parks were very active. And we had a great summer.
So when you talk about the 5 playgrounds, or the 5 day camps, but there's also, 10 or 15 playgrounds?
Well, we have 16 playgrounds that we staff. Kids can just walk in without being registered. The day camps is a registration process that generally happens sometime in June.
And so all of that, we serve, hundreds of kids a day lunch?
Absolutely. I mean, last summer we served over 1,200 lunches and snacks. But in addition to the summer, over the winter, we worked on a lot of improvement projects. Unfortunately, last year, Fred Erks Labor Recreation Center was under construction, so the day camp was outside by the pool. And but this year, I'm happy to announce that after a $3.5 million renovation project, it will be open for this summer. The Green Acres Playground, which was under construction last summer, will be open this year. And of course, Carteret Park Playground, another playground we just renovated, is where we just had our Easter egg hunt.
So we have 16 playgrounds.
Yes.
5 day camps. Go through that again?
Yeah, we have 16 playgrounds. We have 6 spray fountains. Those are just those single fountains throughout the city. We also have 2 splash parks. And we also have the 1 in-ground swimming pool. When people ask me what's the difference between splash parks and an in-ground pool, well, the splash parks is where you play with the water. In an in-ground pool, obviously, you play in the water. So there is a difference.
Well, you thought of this all on your own?
I've been recreation director a long time, Mayor.
I was like, wow. So recently completed some Easter egg hunts. We had some last year as well. I think we have 3 scheduled this year. Midtown had one 2 weeks ago. And how are yours going?
Well, actually, we approximately over 1,000. We have about 1,000 chocolates and 1,000 stuffed animals. So it's always a great event. And this year, it was a great day weather-wise. Sometimes, some years, as you know, Mayor, it could be Easter is early. We have some cold, rainy March days, and it sometimes gets difficult, to get kids out. But they still come. But it was a great.
Where were they located at this year?
We had the 9:30 was at Carteret Park, and that was before the actual hunt. We also had that ribbon cutting for the new playground. And then also we have it at Kanawha.
So the one in Carteret Park is sponsored by the City of Elizabeth, but also Councilman Nelson Gonzalez.
Councilman Nelson Gonzalez, yes, he'll donate a basket that we raffle off every year, and so he's been very supportive. of that particular Easter egg hunt. Councilman Gorman, who does the same thing. We have it up at Kanawha. He also raffles off a Easter basket. And that was well attended. And of course, Councilman Torres has one at Jackson Park at 2 o'clock. So we try to, we hit the most of the city at all these locations.
And what do we got? A couple hundred kids? 1,000 kids? You said 1,000?
We had over 1,000 total. Yes.
So you talked about the ribbon cutting at Carteret Park, and it's an inclusive playground. Tell our viewers what that means by an inclusive playground.
When you say inclusive, now I am going to get emotional about this one. Sorry. This is our first playground where part of that playground is for wheelchair children, kids in wheelchairs. All of our playgrounds are ADA. However, this is the first playground where children in a wheelchair could come to our playground and actually
use the playground.
Use the playground.
That's pretty good. The county built one of those at Matana Park?
Yes, and the county was very helpful, and they gave us, I believe, about $28,000 towards this project. This playground is a space theme. So anyone that goes by there will see this huge rocket, and that's what it is. We wanted to do a space theme. We also have exercise stations and also a new basketball court.
Oh, so I look forward to playing there all summer. And now you talked about the X-Laven site and the $3.5 million renovation. So what exactly is done at the X-Laven site? Well,
the Fred Erxlaven Recreation Center started, with the renovations last summer, and it's going to be just like what we did at Mickey Walker and Miller Evans Logan. We've all new locker rooms from where you can get access from the pool area into those locker rooms without going through the building. All new lighting, all new all the rooms have been upgraded. We also have an emergency generator. God forbid if we have another Sandy, we will have the ability to use the Erxlaven Center as an emergency shelter. We're also upgrading the new parking lot, new lighting, LED lighting in the parking area, LED lighting in the gym, the boxing gym upstairs. We'll have new bathrooms and showers. So it's going new doors, windows, you name it, because this building, like the other centers, were opened in approximately the early 80s. And so it was long overdue, and this is one of the things I wanted to see, before anything else we would do in the city of Elizabeth. This was definitely overdue.
The Todd Bowles Sports Complex, which is on the waterfront, named after the former coach of the Jets who played high school football here and now is with Tampa Bay. But we're also talking about an expansion at that location. Yes,
I believe the city council just approved a $10 million bond for the entire waterfront, and that is part of Todd Bowles complex. Also, I think there's some improvements to the marina and to the recreation pier. So, but right now, we have a concept of what's going to be there. It's going to include an additional parking lot. It's going to also include 2 playgrounds, one for 2 to 5-year-olds, one for 5 to 12. Also a new synthetic turf Little League field with lighting, scoreboards, and state-of-the-art facility. Basketball courts, new bathrooms, gazebo area. So looking forward to seeing this project, get off the ground.
So a couple of weeks ago, we kicked off the new Little League season here in the city of Elizabeth. And we have the Ira Powell Field in the Eport section of town, and we have the Hanratty Fields. So we're also talking about upgrading those fields.
Yes, we just had the opening of the Elmore Little League a couple weeks ago, and believe it or not, these fields opened in 1998. Do you believe that? It's been that long. It's over 20 years. So it's due for an upgrade. So we have some issues in the back with drainage. We're going to address that. Also, the bathrooms and the kitchen, we're going to get an upgrade. We're going to expand the center field to make that field a little bit bigger to the center field area. We're going to improve the entrance coming into the facility. We're going to be doing work on the warning tracks and pretty much, making it a state-of-the-art or a field that people would be proud of. And for other cities, when they come to play tournaments here, will be very, not surprised, but we'll be very proud to have all-star games and whatnot at this field. And so we're looking forward to this project.
So it's up to 12-year-olds, that field?
Yes. I mean, well, the one is the big, of course, is for 12-year-old up to 12, and the other field on the left side is for softball, girls softball, and also t-ball. And
I see some girls jack that ball out of the field there.
yes, and we had that high net there, and we're also going to be increasing the fence on the side, in the right field side, where the apartment complex is. So we're going to be going up about another, I think, additional 10 feet. And so,
Those people live in the apartments won't get any more free softballs.
well, I don't think they're not going to have a problem with that,
And the last playground I want to talk about is Miller Playground. Most people probably don't even know where it is, but it's also going to get upgraded.
Well, yeah, Miller Playground has been a playground that Councilman Gallman has been wanting us to upgrade for the last year or so. And that's going to be a total rehab. We're going to have a new playground there for 2 to 5-year-olds and 5 to 12. We're going to have a volleyball area there. We're going to have a new basketball court. We're going to have a walking path with exercise stations, a new gazebo. And so when it's all finished, it's going to be a beautiful playground.
So we talked a lot about the summer programs that you mentioned regarding the free lunches and the stuff going on at the playground. But what other programs does the Recreation Department offer our residents, specifically in maybe the other months? Or
Obviously, the winter months, it's all indoor. We provide indoor soccer. We provide indoor basketball. We have Erxleben was closed this past winter, but we have the boxing gym on the upstairs of Erxleben. We have karate classes, and we have our very popular dance classes at the Elmore Racket Club. As you know, they'll be sometime next month. They're going to be having a recital, and we have over 200 children in that particular program. So we work with a lot of nonprofits throughout the city to provide after-school activities such as the Boys and Girls Clubs, United Youth of New Jersey, PAL, and so we provide a lot of space, and we work together to provide programming throughout the winter months.
And all of these programs, especially the ones that are sponsored by us, they wouldn't happen without some of these partnerships, right?
Well, absolutely not.
Boys and Girls Club. And
absolutely.
Things like that.
I mean, I think I started a partnership, I guess, over 20 years ago, bringing in the Boys and Girls Club, an organization that's a national organization that provide activities and after school, not only recreation, but also learning skills to these kids. And we've had a great relationship for over 20 years. And I continue, hopefully we'll be doing it for another 20 years.
So I want to thank you. We're going to be taking a couple of commercials and come back and talk more about recreation issues. Please stay with us after these messages, more with Paul Addessa, the Director of Recreation.
rear walls right over there in full sail glory, just like that. So she was built in 1928 in a town called Dorchester, New Jersey.
If you can picture the Hudson River, New York City, in 1900 there were ships everywhere, probably schooners like this. They weren't necessarily doing oysters. In 1948, the Port Authority took over the Port of Newark and the Port of Elizabeth. In 1951, modern terminals like you see over here were starting to be created.
Just minutes from New York City, we are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here. Just minutes from New York City, we are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here.
Welcome back to our city, where I'm joined by Paul Addessa, the Director of Recreation. Director, one of the things we were talking about were the camps throughout the summer, and you talked about the playgrounds, but you also talked about registering your children in the day camps. How do parents go about registering their child?
Well, right now, we have not set a date for registration. However, we'll be setting a date sometime in May. Registration is generally towards the end of June. And what parents would need to do, once we tell them when the date is, it's a first come, first served basis, where the parents would have to go to that particular day camp to register their child. We take children that are 5 to 10 years of age. They have to be Elizabeth residents. So, so they will get that, probably that information will be out in the next few weeks.
So there are different age categories, or just 5
No,
to 10?
it's just 5 to 10 years old. However, we have 5 locations that are day camps. These are the ones that you register for. We have the one at Frederick Slavin, which will be open this summer. We also have Mickey Walker Recreation Center on Anna Street. We also have the Miller Evans Logan Recreation Center on Front Street. And we have the Elmore Racket Club on Fernwood Terrace. Since we're going to be doing renovations at the Hanratty Complex, that's another site of our day camp. However, we're going to be doing renovations. So we're going to look at maybe possibly using one of the schools, possibly School 21 or School 12 or another school in that area that can provide that second day camp for the Elmore section.
And the summer food program, is it available again this year?
Yes, it will be. We're in the process of applying to the state. We've received all of our approvals, and it's a matter of, like I said, we'll be bringing in staff, a summer food coordinator, assistant food coordinator, and also monitors that will go around and make sure that the food is distributed the way that the state of New Jersey wants it, because what happens is that it's a program where if you don't follow the rules, they could take it away from you. And we've been doing this for over 20 years, and I think our city have done a great job in relation to giving out the lunches, where some municipalities through the state, not so much. So I'm very happy we brought this program in.
There's a partnership with the Board of Education for the last 20
The Board of
years, too.
Education is our food vendor, and that's been working out terrifically, and I don't see that changing at all. But looking forward to, you got to think about it. I mean, some of these kids may not get a lunch during the summer months, or maybe they don't want to stop from playing or whatever to have a lunch or an afternoon snack. So this way they can come to our playgrounds, come to our pools, come to our splash parks, come to any of our facilities, and also we also take on private sites. So if you have a day camp, a private day camp, or a church may have a Bible camp, whatever they have, as long as they're children under the age of 18, we can include them in our program.
And how many lunches do you think we serve a day?
Well, like last time, we did over 1,200, 1,500 a day. A day, yes. And so it's a great program, and that's one of the I guess, programs over the 20-something years is I'm very proud of.
So one of the things we do also in the city is we hire over 500 young people and interns. Don't remind you.
Yes, it's a challenge. It's a challenge.
What are some of the positions that, and we turn away probably 500,
well,
right?
unfortunately, we probably received over 1,000 applications for summer jobs. We hire approximately 500 for the summer months. Some of these positions are day camp counselors, rec leaders that work at our playgrounds, lifeguards. We also hire maintenance, not only for the recreation department, but also for public works. We also hire clerks to work in this building and also work in the courts, police headquarters, fire headquarters. So we do hire a lot of not only youth, but also some adults that are looking for some part-time work or summer work, or maybe they're down on their luck and they're out of a job, and we'll at least be able to, we help them during the summer months.
So, Director, you've been the city director now for 27 years. You worked for the county for 21 before that?
19.
19. So,
been a long time.
So you've announced that May 1st or April 30th, your last day.
My last day, yes.
So what made you retire?
Actually, I'm going to be 64 this year.
You're old.
Oh yeah. And I've been very blessed, Mayor, and I want to thank you personally for giving me that. No, I'm going to
Give me that opportunity.
Here we
So,
go.
what are some of your favorite moments as working as a director of recreation?
Well, actually, one of my favorite moments was when we started the food program, and you were milking Elsie the cow down at Green Acres Playground, and I'll never
You don't
forget
have any
that.
pictures of that, do you?
Oh, yes, we do. Yes,
Yeah.
we do. Yes, we do. But that was one of my favorite moments. But what I have to say
Now,
is,
when I was milking that cow, my political opponents took a picture of that and used it against me in the literature for milking the cow.
yeah, but it worked out fine for you, Mayor.
Yeah, I know. That was it. I still don't know how to milk a cow.
But I think I take
How
pleasure.
do you know the name of the cow is Elsie?
Hey, some things like
You
this.
just make that up.
It's Elsie the cow. Yeah, absolutely.
That's from a childhood book, though.
But it was Elsie. It was Elsie.
sure it was Elsie?
Absolutely.
It wasn't Joe.
No, it was Elsie.
So, what else are your favorite moments?
Well, when we're talking about these improvements, my favorite moments were when you can go to, like, we had a ribbon cutting at Carteret Park, and where, we've been planning this for over a year, and you see the kids
Playing.
playing. And it's on a playground that's a beautiful playground. And
So Joe's also retiring, the number 2 guy in your department.
yes, he is, my
You're both
superintendent.
going out. You're both bailing out at the same time.
Well, my superintendent was actually going to leave before me, and however, he stuck around a little longer.
Yeah.
But we had this in place. We planned last year we planned this, that knowing that Joe was going to be retiring, that we brought Malik Jackson from the health department. As you know, Malik Jackson was a sports hero many years ago. He was a football star at Rutgers, and we brought him in last year. So he's got a whole year under his belt now, working for us, and he's going to make a great superintendent.
And I've asked Stan Neron to be the new director of the recreation department. So,
Yes, you
any
have.
advice for Stan?
Well, the advice is really just to be accessible to not only your staff, but also, of course, to the residents. That return phone calls, return emails, return text messages, because you may not be able to solve every problem or tell them something they want to hear, but you tell them the truth, and they know that you're working on something, and you're trying to make their life better. However, maybe you can't
You're getting
solve
very
the problem.
philosophical.
Well, I guess it's with
Maybe you
age.
should stick around another year or something.
It's with age, Mayor. It's with age. But it's just where that's the advice I would give Stanley. It's just to and also when you always hear about the negative employees sometimes, but when we have a lot of great employees in the city of Elizabeth, and let them know that you are appreciated on the work you do, and that goes a long
Seems
way.
we only talk about the ones that are problems,
Absolutely,
right?
and we should talk more about the good ones.
Yeah. Well, Director, I want to thank you for your 27 years of service here in the city of Elizabeth and your 19 years of service in the county of Union, right?
45 years in Parks and Recreation. And like I said, I want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to serve the residents of the city of Elizabeth. for
45
27
years in government. You'll wind up in one of those stories about the pensions, though, right?
I hope so.
You hope so.
I
You're
hope
rooting for that, right? So thank you for your service. Thanks for taking the time to join us on the show here this evening.
Thank you, Mayor.
For Director Paul Addessa of the Recreation Department, I'm Chris Bolwage, and we'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.